Coming August 25th is the series titled Press Me by King Stevian. This 6-episode series begins with Series 1, which features Stevian as a supposed-to-be servant, but was hiding his true identity from this lovely lady who he went to win over. Find out in the first episode why he disguised himself as a servant. Who was this lady? What did Stevian do to this lady that made her melt like a popsicle? Did he lick the juices of the popsicle? And what happens after she reveals who she really is, after hiding it from Stevian on the first episode of Press Me out on this channel here on YouTube and on lounges.tv on pay-per-view only $8. And some change, which is cheaper than your McDonald's meal you be going out your way to eat, August 25th. See it on YouTube. Subscribe now below by clicking the link in the description, which is only $29.99 per month. The best fiat you'll ever spend. Those who watch the first series will get rewarded at the end of the series by receiving the UGH mixtape by King Stevian and DJ Roski and receive 2 deeds to settle your debts with worth $1 trillion in lawful money credits, which include real gold, pyrite, Jamaican sand, amethyst, gold citrine, black tourmaline, and real moissanite stones, which are harder than diamonds. All this will be on the cover of the series' USB album cover and the USB, which be on sale September 22nd as a pre-sale and on September 25th for actual sale. If you haven't subscribed as a $29.99 per month member joiner, then today is yo day to join. Smash that join button or click the link in the description to get ready to watch this exciting Kingdom series. Also, to watch over 900 plus videos on YouTube by King Stevian.
Kings and queens, clash your swords so that we get on one accord. Oh Lord, you kings and queens already know.
100 kings and 100 queens.
We gotta show up. Show 'em, show 'em, show 'em, show 'em. They talking mess in the mouth, we elbow 'em. Elbow 'em, elbow 'em. Uh-oh. King T, no man, I need a beat for that one. Let me take a sip of this tea here. Don't say it like the nigga tea. Nigga tea, they're gonna be name my brand nigga tea. Not nicotine, but nigga tea. Nigga tea. That's it, nigga tea. Alright. So we're gonna start this thing off with a bang. Okay? Now apparently when the horn was sounded, somebody didn't want to listen. Okay? I'm going to give you some titles under 26 USC of their code that linked up with the code that I gave y'all in the OID video. Okay? Now, I got a call yesterday from a king, and he told me about this guy. I hate to get into race. I really do, because I'm not a racist. And based on the definition of racism anyway, you know, it's dealing with hate. It's dealing with hate of an entire race. So this is not racism. Now, on his end, it looks like it. It looks like it. Okay? And the only way you can look at it is the facts. And I'm going to give y'all an example. I'm going to point no fingers. Just point it out. If I had 1,000 copper tone, y'all call them blacks, copper tone men and women, children, following their platform, listening to their platform, in the platform, on the platform, break dancing all on the goddamn platform. and breakdancing so hard that they wind up doing OIDs the wrong way, and they got millions of dollars in checks, hundreds of thousands in checks, either one. And there's only a few Caucasians in the group. The one that taught you is the one that misled you. Then there's a side scooper pooper that keep blurting out like a fox. You're the issuer. Then somebody who's knowledgeable of, first of all, spiritual, and knows this whole thing, and that's how it's played in the Bible. Then the USC codes, CFR codes, UCC codes, canon law codes, IRS booklets, done taxes since 1999, a tax professional, a IRS tax agent, certified, with a FEDS and GINS number, and then they tell the leader of that group, you did it wrong, made a 4-hour video. In fact, I will go over to it. 4-hour video on the 1099 OID, breaking it down from the codes. In fact, let me pull some up real quick. Let me move these out of the way. Move this out of the way because I want to get what I have for y'all. Because I want to go into this code as well. There's a code King brought to me who's going through a indictment. Okay? An indictment with the IRS, but now it's in the hands of the Inspector General's office. Okay? I'm going to go into those codes. Anytime y'all dealing with Title 26, that is what goes into the IRS codes, because you're dealing with finance. You're dealing with trade. You're dealing with negotiable instruments. Okay? So, when you look at 26 USC 1445, it says the transferee, transferor, if your status is citizen, then they're going to pull you into courts under their codes. All these codes have charges on them. This is why I was telling that Fox. That publication 1212 comes from a code. And I can prove it right here in my hand because this comes from the IRS. The IRS, the Inspector General's office, the attorney for the IRS, and I can't mention the king that is going through this, but he will tell you. Listen to the king, because I'm helping him with his federal case. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, just from looking at this king's case, I don't care what y'all done with that guy's group, the Caucasians group. Okay? There was a reason why he left our group, or we kicked him out of the group and didn't want to deal with him no more. Because there was plenty of people, and I was going to say this in the last video, but I gave him props. Gave him props saying I'm proud of what he's doing, but then he comes back behind my back and tell y'all this crap here. You can't get in trouble for a mistake. And pulls up something that has nothing to do with taxes with the IRS code. Listen, It doesn't matter if you made a mistake, if you trespass on an estate. When you cheat the IRS, you're trespassing on the whole United States because they are the administrators of all these estates until you grab yours and pull it away from them. So understand why they go in so hard on y'all when y'all get this fake fiat and this interest that y'all take. Okay? I had a question from King T. Nomad today, and a lot of y'all probably got this same question. Under 31 CFR, 31 USC, 3123 and 3727. 12 USC 411, all those, okay? Where it says the obligation of the United States will pay in legal tender principal and interest. Keep in mind now that the code says that the Treasury will create depositories for the foreign accounts so that money can go in there. Now, first thing y'all got to understand about that code right there is this. They mentioned under 31, in that same code, they mentioned 31 USC 5151. They're giving y'all precept upon precept so y'all can understand what's going on. This is what I mean by y'all don't understand the codes. You got to know these codes. You got to know how they connect. And if you don't, you will have your ass handed to you when they get y'all in federal court. You got to understand this stuff. The H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, any tax expert, they have to be well trained in these codes in order to really be a tax professional. Not just no regular tax preparer, but a tax professional. So, when it says that, it means that, yes, they're going to give principal and interest, but that interest is converted. It's already in principle, but they convert it. That's why they put the conversion scale and rate on there, so you know that the interest is converted over to the foreign. Don't just blink over these codes thinking y'all got it. Y'all don't. And I'm the first living being that you gonna hear say this about that code. So when I speak, I'm like E.F. Hutton. Everyone listens. Or they should listen. And I'm not tooting my horn, but I'm sounding the horn. I'm sounding the alarm to all y'all who keep being out here who is my color. Running, grabbing fiat. Mixing it with the interest that's supposed to be converted. The interest is foreign. I gave too many codes to prove this. And y'all just looking over like it's nothing. I got this big ass check. But I guarantee you, any of y'all who don't take the advice that I'm giving y'all, and this is my proof right here, I done visited the group. There is a under the fence, and y'all can look it up. Let me look up this. Let me look up this right now while we on here. First trailer for Avatar. Got to see that. FinCEN. I think it's FinCEN. Is that right? FinCEN. If you know, I think you got 6 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, to turn that person, turn that group in. If you know something is wrong. I read it with my own goddamn eyes. So you know what that means? If the FBI, if the Inspector General's office hear this video, know this video, and they see that I know about David and Fox doing what they're doing, and I don't turn them in, I am liable. I'm telling y'all how to fix it, and y'all don't want to. After you then went back to your group, David, and stated to them that you can't get in trouble for a mistake, it's my job to correct you on that as a tax expert. I'm so glad this is my last year. So like I told y'all better get in where you fit in, because there is none but 1 to 2 more slots left. Now, after those 2 slots are filled, I can't give no more $10 billion Bitcoin certificates, real estate certificates to y'all. Can't do it. I'll be out. Because I had a limit of 15 newbies coming in. Some of y'all, all y'all want to do is take care of your problems, and y'all be hauling ass. No, you need to correct your status. Stay in and finish to the end. Can't see no man I need to beat for that one, boy. But anyway, if you know of a crime and say none of it, let me see if it'll come up. I read it myself under FEDS. If you have legal implications, while the law does not always punish silence alone, there are circumstances where you may have a legal duty to report it. For example, I'm looking for the one under FEDS. There's one under FEDS. Says right here, we know that criminals manipulate financial systems in the United States and abroad to further a wide range of illicit activities. Left unchecked, money laundering. It is on the FEDS. So I would honestly go look, because when I had to read FEDS, because after I spoke with FEDS over the phone, I went and did some more reading after what the agent with FEDS told me about the Treasury and who the Treasury is to us. It said it under there. So all I'm going to say is y'all go look it up yourselves. Okay? Because there are, even in the Bible, the scriptures, it says if you do nothing about it, then you're in sin as well. Okay? And remember, I told you all these codes, all the things that are in the scriptures, the canon laws copied off of them, and then from the canon laws, all the governments of the United States were created. That's why all of them are administrative. They're administrations. So, Social Security Administration, Food and Drug Administration, we can go on and on and on and on. Department of Agriculture and Administration. Okay? So then they get into the codes from the canon laws. And from the codes, the USC codes, CFR codes, then comes the state statutes, which it says under the federal that there should not be any state statutes that over or supersede the federal laws. So I'm going to get in today showing y'all what he told y'all is a lie. Just because, and let me find this thing about the bank, because I heard about that before. Bank accidentally gives money in someone's bank. And I put news, because it was breaking news. See, right here, is a bank error in your favor doesn't mean free money. See? So while y'all sitting around here saying and thinking he's telling y'all the truth, he's lying. This was in 2019. So you just can't look at one thing and think it's good. It's not. Go look at everything. This is in 2025 right here on the financeban.com. You're going to talk to the experts when you deal with this stuff. Don't listen to somebody who's not a damn expert. And I'm just looking at what they got here. And these are people in finance that's giving these answers. So you're not going to listen to somebody that ain't in finance. You're going to listen to somebody who is in finance, who have done taxes. First of all, the bank making a mistake giving money to someone else's bank account. First of all, yeah, you can't get in trouble for it, but you can get in trouble for spending that money. Okay? Because my bank gave me, I think the beginning of the year, but I know what they were doing. They were trying to balance the books. They put $90,000 in my bank account. And I asked them what the heck was up with that. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay? What you should be happy with is that you had a deposit, and by the end of the month, you should have some interest off of that because of the average that you had in that bank account. Okay? That's how they pay for their mistake, but you can't spend the money. It's not yours. And trying to say that because a bank gave money to a being, you're not liable. Yeah, you're not liable because you ain't the one that transferred it. You ain't the one that did the wire. But you who signed documents and intentionally filed a tax return is totally different from a bank wiring money. So you cannot compare with that. This is what happens, black folks, when a corporate Caucasian who working for the FBI, IRS, try to get y'all cased up. Because this is what I see. That's why that Fox got mad. This, that, throwing up Publication 1212. Boy, I know where Publication 1212 comes from. Comes from the goddamn codes. Let me go over to this code right here before I get started. It says you cannot keep the money that was mistakenly deposited into your account. It must be returned. So whatever you read about that one person talking about their attorney, that is a lie. Some attorneys are wrong. And y'all know this. But you want to listen to an attorney? Some of these people here are dealing in finance. Now you know about the attorneys, how they play. So let me go over to this code, because I'm going to show you what this king has. I'm not going to tell you his name. I can't do that. Confidentiality. First thing they came at him with is the codes. And this is the same thing they're going to come at y'all with while y'all sitting around goddamn playing. Again, it's my job to turn that group in, on defense in, especially as an IRS tax agent. Only thing I can do to stop from telling is tell y'all how to correct it. And hope that all y'all listen. Leave his ass alone. I'm going to just tell you that right now. You're dealing in financial fraud. Now when you cross that line, I have to say what I'm saying. Stop it. Make it right. You got one day to make this right with that whole group. If you don't, I have no other thing but to turn you in. You're dealing with a professional. You're not dealing with somebody who just sitting here blabbing out the goddamn mouth. It's not a mistake, and I'm going to show y'all why it's not a mistake. So we're going to start off with this one right here. I'm just showing y'all the codes from this guy who is in or was in David Group, how they came at this guy from the codes. You see, it's starting out with 26, USC. This is the same thing they're going to come at y'all with when it comes down to stealing this money. Okay? And I'm going to show y'all the code that they're going to use on y'all. 26 USC 7212 attempts to interfere with administration of internal revenue laws. Now, what this deals with is you trying to blackmail a agent, trying to do a 1099 on the agent, stuff like that. Slapping one, touching one, harming one. They could take you doing a 1099 as a threat to their family's life. Okay? So I'm giving y'all the things and the ways they look at this. Now notice every code comes with a charge. As you see here, it's $5,000. So yes, you can settle it out of court. If you're in court right now with stuff like this, you can settle it. But you really need to have someone talk with the IRS and the Inspector General's office or the attorney for the IRS and find a way to settle it with the United States Treasury. It says are in prison not more than 3 years. The 3 years is the service. $5,000 in principal or 3 years, because remember, legal tender is what? A obligation to pay or what? Perform. When you're in prison, you are performing. They sell you off to the prison, then the prison make even more money off of you. Way more than $5,000. From what I've seen with one king that's in prison, he contacted me yesterday, matter of fact. Couldn't talk to him, but he showed me the paperwork. It's $90,000 a month. So they're really robbing y'all. Why do you think Obama and them had so many prisons made? Except that if the offense is committed only by threats of force, then they do, if it's not, then it says it's 3,000 in prison for not more than 1 year. The term threats of force as used in this subsection means threats of bodily harm to the officer. Now let me tell you how they get y'all. You might say, oh, I ain't touch them. If I do a 1099-A on an IRS agent and they taxes shoot up to the roof and that messes with their money in their household, with their husband, what if the husband get mad and slap her or even yell at her or the wife yells at him? That's stress on their body. That is bodily harm. Stress is bodily harm. To the officer or employee of the United States or to a member of his family. Just like what I didn't even know that. I only read part of this. But just like I was saying, that just proves what I was saying. They got somebody seized property here. Or causes to be rescued any property after it shall be seized under this title or shall attempt to endeavor to do so, shall, except in case otherwise provide for every offense, be fined not more than $500. So, in this person's case, this being's case, I forgot to mention this because they're trying to say that this being tried to remove the property that's already seized. Okay? But there do need to be a claim on that seizure. So I'm not going to go into how to combat that. But what I'm finna do is go to this next code. And the next one is 26 USC 7203. And it's mighty funny, I was talking with this king, and then this came up. Okay? Today. Willful failure to file return, supply information, or pay tax. Now, just to let y'all know, if y'all don't fix what y'all have on them OIDs, they're going to hit y'all with this. You're going to have to pay a tax. You're going to have to pay fees. And you're going to have to file the proper returns. Now, I'm going to go to in one of these codes, it says that yes, the instrument is treated as income, but remember, you don't supposed to hold on to that instrument. And the value only changes for the longer period you hold it. Y'all turning in invoices when it's a contract that y'all supposed to be turning in after you done held it. If you held it for a year, at the end of the year you file your taxes. Return it with it being settled. So now they're borrowing from you. Any person this title to pay an estimated tax or tax are required by this title or by regulations made on the authority thereof to make a return. Okay? Keep any records or supplying the information. Let me tell you how they can get y'all on y'all OID. Y'all didn't, majority of y'all did not supply the Treasury with the instrument. I'm telling you, this king's in court right now for an indictment. So you don't have to believe me. You can ask him. Any information. And I told y'all what y'all have to turn in. I told y'all how to straighten this out. A lot of y'all twiddling y'all thumbs, sitting here listening to what sounds good. Like I was telling the king today, I said, man, you could have pissed the bed last night. Knowing you pissed the bed and you walked around the house all day till it dried up and started smelling pissy, like Pissy Willie. And you walked out the door saying, oh, shoot, I smell good. I smell like I'm wearing some Sean John cologne. You probably don't want that Diddy cologne. Probably smell like Cassie in the bedroom with that prostitute. But anyway, knowing dang well you smell pissy, but you will make yourself believe that you smell good. That's when there's a mental issue with that person. Or they have some kind of defect with their nose smelling or their sense of smell. And they need to get that checked out. And if you was any type of friend, you would tell them it's wrong to walk around in pissy clothes that smell like piss pot. My mama used to call me piss pot because they used to wet the bed when I was younger. So I just gave y'all an inside on me. I used to wet the bed. They try to hide it and cover it up and all that stuff there. But anyway, so you want somebody that's going to tell you the truth. I ain't going to hide nothing from you. Bring you inside my world, I'll let you know almost everything. But anyway, who willfully fails to pay such estimated tax or tax, make such return, keep such records, which y'all are doing, or supply such information at time or times required by law or regulation, shall, in addition to other penalties provided by law, be guilty of a misdemeanor, and upon conviction thereof shall be fined not more than what? $25,000. $100,000 in the case of a corporation. So now do y'all see why you have your straw man? Because if they find you, you are the surety. If you have a corporation, they can take the corporation, and very rare, they mess with the individual. That's why a lot of people go grabbing LLCs. But don't do that just because you might do a crime. Do things right. Or in prison not more than 1 year, or both. So the IRS can ask for both. the attorney of the IRS, together with the cost of prosecution. So I'm going to leave it there because I just wanted to hit on this one. Okay? Let's get out of that. I'm going to go back over here. On the screen, you see the 1040. We're going to immediately go down because I don't want to be on here too long. I've already been on here 30-some minutes. So we're going to go down. This is that 1040 y'all file. This means you are a citizen. When I was reading this case that I'm working on under the FEDS, federal case, it states that this being is a citizen. This is how you know your status is not corrected. If they get you in court and ask for all these fines and jail time, it's because you are a citizen. If you was a foreigner, they will extradite your ass back to your country. And if they let you stay, they will strip all licenses from you, all bank accounts. Stop your ass from filing any more taxes. Do y'all really want to do that? And have it where you're not doing taxes for the generation skipping for your sons, great-grandsons, and great-granddaughters, or granddaughters and grandsons to be able to get their lawful money? Do not risk it over a quickie. You want to lose your fine wife, boy, over that ugly prostitute with the broke nose, with the one eye. She's looking like a female Slick Rick. You really want to lose all that over a quickie? Your fine Beyonce-looking girlfriend or wife got a nice mansion, nice vehicles, got a chef in the kitchen cooking for you, got a couple maids cleaning up, polishing up the doorknobs and everything like they have at Donald Trump Hotel. You really want to lose all that? No. So just putting something in your head where you can just think. Don't lose all that over fuckery. Because what I see is those two guys, white guys, are sitting here trying to set up a group of black people to be locked up. And I'm sorry to be the one to say that to you. But I'm going to call it as I see it. And I'm here as a tax specialist and a tax agent to tell you. This is my only warning. I will not say another word about this. My phone number is 850-322-9657. You can text me. Do not call me. Text me. If you want to join the university, because I'm not going to help nobody that's not a university member. I'm not. I can't do it. Can't do it. I just grab some new students. My focus is on them. Let's go down here. Right here where it says sign here. Let me highlight this. Sign here. Under penalties of perjury. Wait a minute. You said it's a mistake. It is no mistake that I signed a wedding marriage certificate with god dang on Madonna. They're going to be like, this is your signature. You intended to do this. You put the numbers in. You filled out not just this, but you filled out, matter of fact, let me pull up one of the person's returns. Pull it up. And you say it's a fucking mistake? I'm a tax specialist. That ain't no fucking mistake, Jody. You have the OID. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages on his freaking tax return. 5. You're logged in to TaxAct. You're logged into the ISIS site. Is that a mistake? You must think you're talking to a goddamn dummy when you talk to the IRS. You must think you're talking to a dummy when you talk to the Inspector General, who knows these codes. Someone getting a deposit in their bank account by mistake from the bank has nothing to do with a tax return that you intentionally filled out. Then you got the return. Everybody who filled out these returns and got money back, that shit didn't work. So you saying it was a mistake by the IRS? No, it's not. You sit here and flim-flammed the IRS. Because on that, let me look at this form again. Let's go to this form. The itemized deduction. That's 1. Y'all using AI to get answers. Better stop that. They'll deal with a living being like me. You input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things on the interest and ordinary dividends. This for this one being. You probably had less or more. You telling me that's a mistake? Then you got the 8960. Matter of fact, when you go on TaxAct or any site, they always ask you, is everything correct? They always run a check to make sure everything is correct for what you input. But if it's wrong, they'll tell you it needs to be corrected. But they also tell you they're not liable. TaxAct is not liable. Wherever you did your tax at, they're not liable. You are. So I'm explaining to y'all taxes. Let's go down here again. Under the penalties of perjury, I declare that I have examined. Let's go back. You already read that. You see, under the penalties of perjury, they're telling you. If you don't know what under the penalties of perjury is, we're going to get to the code so you'll know. I declare that. That's 1. I have examined this return. Wait a minute. You said it was a fucking mistake. And y'all want to listen? Leave his group. Leave his group right now. For somebody to come and say something like that, after you have penalties of perjury, sitting right here saying that you examined the return, and this is how they're going to get your ass in court. Penalty of perjury. And I'm going to show y'all the code right after this. I have examined this return and accompanying schedules and statements. Remember I just said that was 6 things on that return? So she added 4. Now I said it was 5. 5, 6, 7. Got your OID. You had to look at every page of the OID. So you have examined it. Let me tell you, I have examined this king's case. I examined 3 tax returns, and I examined someone's OID. Do y'all know what an examination is? An exam? When you get an exam in college, that's being thorough about all the chapters y'all went over, all the quizzes that y'all had, all the tests that y'all had. final exam. And to the best of my knowledge, what knowledge do you have? The knowledge that Dave and Fox gave you something? Because they're going to be liable too, unless they're an agent working just to get people locked up so they can get time knocked off. And belief. What is your belief? What do you believe in? Is that the full faith and credit of the United States? That you're trying to get full faith and credit for? Best of the knowledge, y'all didn't even know the codes. So why would you sign this? Best of your knowledge is what came from somebody who's trying to get y'all in trouble. It's that they are true. So you're saying it's true, and it's not true. You did not give. Watch this. Let me show you something. Do I have to send a copy of the OID to the company or person? Y'all didn't even send y'all information. The first thing comes up is the IRS. It tells you right here on the IRS website, Form 1099 OID, if the OID includable in gross income is at least $10. Remember I told y'all that in the OID video? So the IRS is saying it too. So you know it's accurate. Or any person for whom you withheld and paid any foreign tax on OID, or from whom you withheld. It's gone over here. File Form 1099 OID. Okay? For any person for whom you withheld and paid any foreign tax on the OID. You see this? They're telling y'all it is foreign. So y'all didn't want to believe me. The interest is foreign. Do not spend those checks. You're spending foreign dollar, which is private. You're mixing private with public. And look what they say. File the 1099 OID for any person for whom you withheld and paid any foreign tax. Let me ask you. And now y'all believe what I was telling y'all about 26 USC 1445 with adequate security. The transferee pays the tax for them if they don't pay it. Y'all just got this information and knowledge from me. They're even telling you right here. Did you withhold any tax? Because if you withheld it, you got to forward it over to the IRS. But you turn around here claiming this, and then you paying the tax on it out of the money that the IRS say you must withhold. They're getting that money from the Treasury. It's all a lie. You're making them print money for no reason. From whom you withheld and did not refund. See? You ain't do no tax withholding. So it's letting you know this is about taxes. Any federal income tax under the backup withholding rules, even if the amount of the OID is less than $10. I am not getting into OID today. I'm giving y'all knowledge, letting this stuff sink in with y'all so y'all can meditate on it before I get into this OID in 8281. Class is in session. Correct and complete. Declaration of preparer other than taxpayer is based on all information of which preparer has any knowledge. You prepared it yourself, but you got the information from Dave and Fox. Sound like a law firm. David and Fox. I'm giving you the opportunity to tell these people that you are lying. Some people poke their chest out and don't want to be wrong. In all my years of doing videos, I have not had to take not one video down based on stuff that I gave. My stuff is accurate. Things change all the time, but that don't mean when I did it, it was wrong. There's your penalty of perjury. Let's get into the code. Go to 18 USC 1621. If y'all sign the penalty of perjury on this, then this applies. It ain't no fucking mistake. You owe that group an apology. And if you don't do it, I will be calling the Attorney General, Inspector General, to have your ass shut down. I was nice to you over the phone. You let that fox keep talking. And normally when you have a fox, you have a pack of foxes. Are y'all a fox like him? Are y'all going to follow the one that really knows how to? Listen, I ain't come here or over to that group to try to get new members. That's not what I was trying to do. I didn't come over there to try to make no money. I didn't come over there to try to sell anything. I was happy with what I was doing, with the little members I had. But I see some people are passionate about this and knowing the truth. And I'm coming from the codes. I'm coming from the scriptures. I'm giving you the code right now. I showed you something that y'all signed that you didn't even know you signed. Did you know that was a code for penalties of perjury? Let's get into it. Having taken an oath before a competent tribunal. Tribunal is the key word. You're under their jurisdiction. Gotcha. Officer or person in any case in which a law of the United States authorizes an oath to be administered, that he will testify, declare, let's go back over here. What does it say right here? Where that word, declaration. Declare, depose, or certify truly. Let's go see the word truly. They are true. Let's go back, because I got to break this thing down to y'all like the Bible. Certify truly. I don't want to miss anything. I declare, where's certification at? Certification should be in here. I certify, says I declare. Normally it'll say I certify. I don't see that one. But anyway, still mention truly. Or that any written testimony, declaration, that's your declaration, deposition, or certificate by him subscribed is true, and that's still women too, so don't think you're exempt, is true willfully. Willfully, that's not a mistake. How in the hell can it be a mistake when you filled out the numbers? When you got online and filled it out, you uploaded it. Stop your shit. Just tell the people, hey, I made a mistake, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to get this right. But instead of humbling yourself, you're big and bad, poking out your chest. Oh, yeah, he really was saying, yeah, I made a mistake, but when you make a mistake, it's good. No, the hell it's not. If you stand on that, tell me to go ahead and call the IRS. Tell me to go ahead and call the Attorney General, Inspector General. Tell me to go ahead and reach out to FEDS. If you stand on that, you big and bad. And contrary to such oath, states or subscribes any material matter, including taxes, which he does not believe to be true. See, y'all don't believe it's true. Everybody who came to me, they know it's not true. I just showed y'all the codes. Or in any declaration, certificate, verification, or statement. Let's go over here. This is your tax certificate right here. That's what this is. Y'all think this is just an application? You lost your mind. Your certificate, your 1099 OID, verification or statement under penalty of perjury as permitted under Section 1746 of Title 28. United States Code willfully describes as true any material matter that he does not believe to be true. Is guilty of perjury and shall, it ain't say might, shall, except as otherwise expressly provided by law, be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years, or both. Now the fine for this, let's go find out. What is the fine? What is the federal fine? Oops. And messed that up. Not even looking. I'm in the dark over here. Excuse me. That nigga can't even type. How you gonna follow that nigga? I know what they saying. Anyway, where's the fine for penalty of perjury? Told you I'm in the dark over here. Trying to do this video for y'all. It's 5 years, but I want to know the dollar amount. I can call the Inspector General and find out if y'all would like me to do that for you. So I'll let you know to have your money ready. And they're going to ask for their money back, by the way, just to let y'all know, plus interest and penalties and fees. So. $5,000. That's in Florida, though. I want the federal amount. So, 3rd-degree felony. I want the federal. And it said in Florida. That's why. I don't know why this thing ain't giving me this. I just want the federal amount. There you go. Federal penalty is $250,000. Now keep in mind now, that's for every document. That's for every document that y'all submitted. They can hit you for every last one of those, because some of those need a signature. I hope y'all see that. Let's bring this over here. Somebody come to try to save y'all, and yet you ignore it. You ignore it. 18 USC 1621. This section is applicable whether the statement or subscription is made within or without the United States. Wow. So it doesn't matter if you're foreign. They can still get you. You see what this one says, this code here. Unsworn declarations under penalty of perjury. Y'all can read that in your own time. What is this? You got deposition. 28 USC 1746. Okay, I'm going to get out of that. See that? Your 1040. Remember, y'all signed penalty of perjury. If y'all wondering, a lot of y'all wondering why they haven't put y'all stuff through, it's because y'all probably scratched this stuff out or changed something or wrote something on here. We're going to go back and I'm going to refresh y'all memory on some of the things from the OID video and a couple new codes that comes from 26 USC. Okay? Do it on a good note. Okay? Except as provided in subsection. So we have 3-104 negotiable instrument. Okay? This is under Cornell law. And I'm quite sure they got UCC uses. Negotiable instrument means an unconditional promise or order to pay. So y'all get that? So when I was talking about the bill of exchange, it says a negotiable instrument. All that is a promise or order to pay. Meaning you haven't paid. So people be asking, can I buy a car with a negotiable instrument? Can I pay a debt sending a negotiable instrument? They are incompetent. You have to settle the debt. Every time y'all send a bill back, that already is a negotiable instrument. Then when y'all send a check or money order or credit card or dollar bill, anything, if it ain't gold or silver or one of the things I done gave y'all, you ain't settled the debt. That's why we don't deal with discharges. We deal with settling. Settle the debt. A fixed amount or money with or without interest. See that? Or other charges described in the promise or order. If it is payable to bearer or to order at the time it is issued, or first comes into possession of a holder. Now, when you don't settle your debt, you are considered a holder because you're holding the instrument. Get rid of it. Settle it. Sell it to the Treasury. You didn't get that company power of attorney to go do that, because if you did, they would bring the beneficiary the interest. A lot of y'all need to send in y'all 1041-T document. It's an IRS form, 1041-T. Just type in King Stevian 1041-T as in Tom. And you'll see how to fill that out. It's payable on demand. On demand. Remember I told y'all when y'all went to the Federal Reserve website, it talks about demand money. That's why it's payable on demand. I give them an IOU, it's called demand money that they're supposed to give you. If you go to the Federal Reserve, let's go over here. Let's do this. One type in Federal Reserve. What is lawful money? Let me show you the site you're going to go to. See right there, the federalreserve.gov on this one? Click on that. What is lawful money? And I want y'all to read this. Read this. It goes into about the Civil War right here. And I explained to a queen the other day, what is money? The late, great Patrick Devine always said, learn the money system. A lot of y'all do not know the money system. You think you do, but you do not. That was your lawful money right there. Okay? It's dealing with gold and silver. And this is when this guy tried to take the Treasury to court. He said, lawful money must be gold and silver. No, 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 no. Lawful money is the spirit of the gold and silver. It's credits. And you use those credits to go to the U.S. Mint to buy the gold and silver. He didn't know this because he didn't add the interest on that $50 that he turned into the treasury. That's why they gave him back $50. The code say the treasurer will pay dollar for dollar. If you gave them debt instrument, you're supposed to get the interest. Did you fill out a 1099 OID? Did you acquire the debt? Did you sell it and do a 1099B? See? These are the things that are important to know. Some of you get this mess from these so-called wannabe gurus and don't have no idea what the hell they're doing. So when you go over here, you'll see it talks about the demand money. Can't find where it is. Right there, demand notes. There you go. See that? Called old demand notes. And it was dealing with the gold. When they traded the gold back, when you go read about the Civil War, because you got to do a little more research, and you read about the Civil War, it was the time where the private bankers was going on. When the soldiers went to war, they left their gold and silver with the private bankers, and the private bankers gave them notes. This was your gold notes, silver notes, and those did not come back because they were lost at sea. They were dead. This is how they got a lot of you right now as citizens. This is why y'all cannot get the interest, because you haven't corrected your status. The status means what? You are not dead. You're foreign to the United States. You're not a soldier in their war. So when you're not a soldier in their war anymore, meaning you're foreign to the United States, you can't be called off the war. Do y'all know Biden was trying to reenact that draft? That would never get you lawful money. You got somebody in the military? Well, feel sorry for them. So, demand notes. I did learn this from Gene Keaton, but you haven't told many people at all. It is called a demand account. That's what the lawful money goes into. You really won't find many bank accounts talking about it. If your status is not corrected, don't even open your mouth. Some of you try to jump ahead and get this stuff done and have your ass handed to you. You be like, what's this? And they like, the banker like, that's your ass. It's dirty. I'm handing it back to you. Now get the hell out of my office. Take your time with this stuff. Study. Meditate. If you look right here, banks stand for all what? Taxes, customs, and public dues. Federal Reserve notes. Uh-oh, shoot. Let's go back. Can't stand this thing doing that. Where did we go? Just kick me out. Oh my. Did it kick me out? Nope, it just brought me over here for some reason. I don't know why. All right. So it says the Act, and this is the Federal Reserve Act. Lawful money is a term used in the Federal Reserve Act, the act that authorizes the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System to issue Federal Reserve notes. This lines up with the code 31 USC 3123. So when you look up that code on Google, sometimes you will see this Federal Reserve Act linked up with it. Because banks carry this act on their walls sometimes, on the outside and the inside. The act states the Federal Reserve notes shall be obligations. The notes shall be obligations. The notes shall be obligations of the United States and shall be receivable. The notes now shall be receivable by all national and member banks and Federal Reserve banks and for all, all taxes, customs, and other public dues. They shall be redeemed in lawful money on demand at the Treasury Department of the United States in the city of Washington, District of Columbia, or at any Federal Reserve Bank. That's why when you look at my video called 12 USC 411, 12 USC 412, type in King Stevian and type that code in on YouTube, and you'll see the video where I receive my lawful money. But they are credits, not money that you pull out. A $30, $35 check turned into, I think, $500 and some dollars. So y'all can believe what I'm telling y'all. Because some of you want to see, I want to see receipts. Why you just can't take what somebody's telling you? I'm not one of these men that going to sit around here and lie to y'all. Y'all only got the rest of this year with me, and that's it. The act did not, however, define the term lawful money. See, and they're not. Because it's something you need to know. Let me get out of this. I'm already going over my time. I was on the negotiable instrument thing. It says demand or at a definite time and does not state any other undertaking or instruction by the person promising or ordering payment. See? To do any act addition to the payment of money, but the promise or order may contain an undertaking or power, watch this, or power to give. What power? Well, let's go over and look. So you'll believe what I'm telling you. What is this? Treasury Form 236 is what? A specific power of attorney that can be executed by a corporation to authorize it. This is why when you use your trust, your estate, your straw man, this is why you use the 236. You do not use the one for the individual. Because the beneficiary is supposed to have a power of attorney. Because the Treasury will only pay to a power of attorney. This is why they're the administrators. The goal is to hire an administrator to handle things for you. We're the beneficiaries. Always remember that. That's why you don't be doing it yourself. Because if you do it yourself and F up, then you ain't benefiting nothing but them jail cells. Them bars. We ain't talking rap bars either. Or candy bars. Or gold bars. Right? Maintain or protect collateral to secure payment. What is your collateral? Let's go. Let's go over here. Let's go here. King Stevian Gold Certificate, which is $75, by the way. They're on sale. So I'm gonna go to the images. See if it comes up. Supposed to be King Stevian Gold Certificate. Let's do 100 kings, 100 queens. 100 kings, 100 queens. Well, there go the copper certificate right there. Okay? I don't see my gold certificate. That was the shoes. But we'll just use this for an example. That is your collateral. That's why they have to return it. And if they don't return it, you go to the Treasury, and the Treasury returns it. That's why you're able to get a tax return and your interest return. Okay? To balance your books. Now, where it says protect collateral, that's where you go into the Form 56. Go to the Form 56. No, let's go to Form 56F. Let me show you, because they're acting as banks. I want you to see this. I'm not just going to talk it. Now, you got a receiver, you got a conservator. Okay? Now, go see what a conservator is. Got to break this thing down for y'all, so y'all get it. What is a conservator? Means keeping receipts and other financial records along with an accounting of the purpose behind each. Okay? They got deeper definitions. Someone who is given the legal right to make decisions about day-to-day life. Courts usually appoint a family member to act as conservator. However, if no family members are suitable, the judge may appoint someone else. Okay, so y'all get the point about the conservator. Let's go and look at the receiver in finance. I'm going to have to type in receiver in finance. A receiver in finance is a neutral third party, see, appointed by a court to manage, and to be your court, private court, manage a company's assets during periods of financial distress or dispute. The receiver's primary role is to protect, see that? Protect the interests of creditors and ensure the best possible outcome for the troubled business. Receivers can be appointed in various legal, I ain't going to go into that, but I just want y'all to see, because I want to break this stuff down for y'all so you can clearly understand what the heck is going on. So when I'm breaking these definitions down, you'll always see me beat this thing down to a pulp so y'all can understand. A lot of people just want to jump in, fill out stuff, send it off, but do not understand the meaning behind words, the meaning behind codes, the meaning behind finance. Protect collateral to secure payments. An authorization or power to the holder to confess judgment or realize on or dispose. Remember I told y'all about dispose? Dispositions, meaning is an asset, and it's definitely in the United States dealing with estates and trust. Of collateral, a waiver of the benefit, that were your beneficiaries, of any law intended for the advantage or protection of, and remember I told y'all about the gore or obligor. Instrument means negotiable instrument. I'm going to stop right there, but y'all got the code. This is a UCC code, Uniform Commercial Code 3-104. Now, this code I did not go over. I don't remember. I think we went over 72. Might be 75 we went over. But know this code to write it down. 26 USC 1273, determination of amount of original issue discount. Now let's go to this tax return that one of the queens gave me. Y'all went, did an OID, and y'all determined it wrong. So when they sit here telling y'all to put this percentage and that percentage and all these stupid percentages, they're lies. They don't know the codes. They haven't dealt with the Treasury, so how in the hell they know? They ain't even dealt with a freaking bank to know. I go to my video. 12 USC 411, 12 USC 412, type in King Stevian, the video will come up. I released it for the public to see. And then you estimate the percentage, and you'll see that the percentage went down from 16.666. It went down to 12.83, something like that, but it went back up to 16.666. Something between Biden and Trump going in and out the office, this is why it changed. But I know it was the ridding of the cash reserves that Biden allowed the banks to do. So they don't have to hold their cash reserves to give them to you. That's why it stopped with me, with the bank. Okay? So on this interest and ordinary dividend form, they just put all kinds of crazy numbers on here. Okay? You need to read this code to understand how you get the amounts. Y'all need to know the percentages. For purposes of this subpart, the term original issue discount means the excess, if any. Now let me ask you this. Did you get any excess? Don't say the damn negotiable instrument is the excess. It's not. Stop throwing shit up. Excess, if any, of the stated redemption price at maturity. Did you redeem anything? You never went to the treasury, so how the hell could you redeem it? You didn't buy it back from the treasury, so how could you redeem it? You didn't cash in the bond, so how could you redeem it? The issue price, did you even issue it to the treasury? No, y'all didn't. This is why I say you have to give the instrument to the treasury with the 8281 and a copy of the OID. Stated redemption price at maturity. The term stated redemption price at maturity means the amount fixed by the last modification of the purchase agreement. So did y'all go by y'all contract, or y'all just went by one bill? That's why the treasury said up for a year. They advance you up to a year. That's short term. 8949 form. Or your 1041D. They have a 1040D as well. Just to let y'all know. 1040D if you're doing your last tax filing. Okay? And includes interest and other amounts payable at the time other than any interest, see, on a fixed rate. So when you look at your 1099 OID or 8281, they have some on there that says fixed rate. Let's go over there. I didn't want to go to that. Go to the IRS. And I'm going to show y'all, give y'all one little thing on this OID. See that right there? Fixed rate, so you know I'm not lying. Now what are we dealing with? We would deal with contingent because you're not going to deal with fixed rate, you deal with contingent. That one be checked, this one will be checked. Why? Do anyone know why? You mailed the instrument to them, assigned it to them after you made the claim, according to 31 USC 3727, and that's the collateral that you credited them this to pay the taxes on the instrument and ordered them to pay the taxes. So ain't nothing wrong with that. So they never did it. They owe you. So it's contingent on the payment that they're supposed to give you, the interest that they're supposed to give you. So that starts the contract. The United States job and their instrumentality's job is to do this once you appoint them. And there's a code I got here for y'all who want to know. I said this in so many videos. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it here. So I want y'all to have this. I want y'all to be lost in the sauce, like some spaghetti-o sauce. Here. I just had it. Okay, I think I got it right here. Let's see. I think I might have it here. All right. Let me give you this code here. Here's your code for the appointments and assignments. I get it out all the time. Now, I haven't mesmerized these like I mesmerized all the other ones. So, to make them liable, and says that they're liable after you assign them and appoint them, is 8 USC 507. Them being the receiver of the funds, they have to be bonded. So, you need to ask them for their bond. Okay? If you know they got a bond, then that's fine. You can look it up, find it. 28 USC 754. Now, the appointment of the receiver is 12 CFR 51.2. Now, if they don't do what you say to do, then they're suable. 28 USC 959. Okay? I'm not just going to sit here and just talk mess. Trying to help you. I wish I knew what idiot that was that sat there trying to get me just to give the steps without educating you. That's like getting with a woman or a man and they have some type of STD, but they don't educate you on what the STD is. It might be one that'll kill your behind. They educate me on, I ain't never heard of juba-jubas. The juba-jubas is something, where you sleep with the woman and then, maybe 6 months down the line, when you're trying to talk, you can't really talk. You start and you be wondering what the hell going on with you. Well, that came from the sex you had with me. Hell no, girl, I don't want that shit. Some people might be like, well, girl, you so fine. The woman would be like, boy, you so fine, I'll take that. 6 months down the line, I know I'll be talking like that, but hey, I got 6 months to be free. Anyway, you deal with contingent, okay? That interest y'all trying to get, you could have had that paid out over a period of 5 years. Every month for 5 years, depending on how big it is. I'm not going to get into this. Then they tell you this thing y'all have on this interest and ordinary dividends form, the list, this is where the list is supposed to went. But again, we deal with one company at a time. Why? So that way we can specifically have the bond reversed and put specifically on that one company. Okay? Stop being shortchanged and trying to do shortcuts. This is the right way so you don't have to sit there and worry about, oh, I got to get it all done at once. Y'all need to stop that, especially y'all black folks. Which I don't like calling black folks. I like calling them copper tones. Okay? Purchase agreement. The agreement. The Treasury wants the agreement. That's the instrument. And includes interest and other amounts payable at that time, other than any interest based on a fixed rate and payable unconditionally at fixed periodic intervals of 1 year or less. That's your short term. Short term. 8949 form or your 1040D or 1041D of the debt instrument. It can be less because if I got one invoice and that's the only time, then yes, that's the one debt instrument. 1/4 of 1% stated redemption price at maturity multiplied by the number of complete years to maturity. This is giving y'all a breakdown. Okay? But you also got to keep in mind your interest of your foreign government, your foreign country, your foreign tribe. Publicly offered debt instruments not issued for property. In the case of any issue of debt instruments publicly offered, it's publicly offered when it's going through the USPS. We don't mean just the stock market. And not issued for property. So if it's not issued for gold, silver, real estate that you have on your certificate deeds, this is what you'll read here. Okay? So I'm not going to go too deep into it, but remember 26 USC code 1273. I'm going to skip around a little bit because I want y'all to get this stuff. Okay? Read in your own time. Connect it with what I already taught y'all, and you will get it. Debt instrument. Let's go on that again. Reminder. In general, except as provided in subparagraph B, the term debt instrument means a bond. Debenture, which is a loan. Note. That's your notes. Okay, you know what those are. Dollar bill notes. $1 note. $2 bill note. 100 note. Or certificate certificate or other evidence of indebtedness. So this is why I tell you, you got to send it to the company, pay them in full with your instruments that y'all have, and then 7 days later you send them an invoice. On the invoice, the barcode at the top will be the assignment invoice that you sent out 7 days ago. Yes, 7 to 8 days ago. Okay? And you will send them the 13-digit barcode. You can put both of them on that 13-digit and the 12-digit that I specifically make for that company and you. That's your debt claim. 31 USC 3727, a claim must be made before a what? An assignment is done. And that dang on whatever Fox talking about, oh, we already acquired. No, you did not. This is banking. You got to have books to balance. Just saying, oh, I got it in the mail. So you're going to get a lot of shit in the mail and you ain't going to write it down? Stop your shit. This is big boy, big girl banking. Exception. For certain annuity contracts, the term debt instrument shall not include any annuity contract. Now, I was just looking at the annuity contract. It's because the annuity contract pays you. So the Treasury is not going to pay you twice. So you can't do it that way. To which Section 72 applies, and which, now let me go back to the annuity contract for a second. A lot of people are talking about the annuity contracts because you are borrowing from yourself, is what they're saying. And a lot of whole life insurance. Okay? They're not going to do that. You can't cash that in. I got 2 insurance policies that I have to turn in. They never went to the Treasury. They never gave me my money. So that's money. That's what I mean. I have money just sitting. I had already dealt with the company by sending them the instruments and all this stuff here, assigning them. They never did it. To which Section 72 applies, and which depends in whole or substantial part on the life expectancy of one or more individuals. I'm going to go on by this, skip this. Got the 501c tax exemption, 501a. See, a lot of people talk about 501a. Okay? So those who are talking about ministries and stuff like that, throw that stuff away. That's up under the Pope. This is under the United States government. They control you. It's under the Pope. Get your own land. Get your land back that your ancestors left. Stop the mess. Going to keep playing around in commerce. In a transaction in which there is no consideration other than cash or other annuity contract, meeting the requirement of this clause. Talking about insurance here, but you can skip over the annuity, but you get it. This is the main one right here. This is the main one. This is just talking about the annuity contracts going all down here and the tax exemptions. Okay? Let's get out of that. Other definitions, they're talking about property or without property. Property in applying this subsection, the term property includes services. I want y'all to really pay attention. Services and the right to use property. So, that new video I have, let's go over there because I want y'all to see this. I just gave y'all, I gave it to God, my tithes, because it's first fruits. Look at my video on the first fruits. Just type in King Stevian first fruits. Okay? Let's go over here. I don't want to hear that. This video right here. In this video, I pulled the first watermelon. Okay? And I told y'all to take a picture of this so that way y'all can, let me see how you can do this. If I was to take a picture, I want a pretty picture of it. See if I can find it. Well, anyway, just take a screenshot of this, and then when you take a screenshot of this, you're going to print that out, and probably many times you're going to use the instrument that y'all going to get for free. So the scripture says in Matthew 25, whatever you do for the least of one of these, my brethren, you also did it unto me. Okay? So, how do you do for God now? By helping others. Okay? So, a lot of y'all are in need. You know people that are in need. So, take a picture of this, and you have rights. Use shares of this. This is yours, by the way. Okay? So, when I give y'all a derivative or a copy of the music, same thing. I release the music, first fruits with that. Okay? Well, I ain't talking about his fruit, but this is real fruit here. But I'm still giving. Whatever. He said, whatever you do for the least. Okay? So, I'm giving everybody a deed for $10 billion on this one and $10 billion on the, 10 million on this one, the watermelon, first fruit, and the cucumber. It ain't fruit, it's vegetable. It's still talking about fruits and vegetables, though, in Nehemiah chapter 10. Okay? So, same thing, I'm giving it to you, and so that's why I mentioned the property here. So, but dealing with your instruments, when you get a service, cable service, phone service, that's considered property. because they have a what? They have a patent on their service. Driver's license. That's a service. They give you a book, tell you how to drive, maneuver, okay? They charge you every year, that's the tax. And the right to what? Use it. So the GMV is doing the same thing. You're using their patent. Some of y'all didn't know it was a patent. It's a freaking patent. And when we create our own patent for traveling and driving, then we won't have to use theirs no more, and they cannot mess with ours. Full faith and credit. What's good in one state is good in the other. Okay? Once it's authenticated. I'm going to show everybody how to do this. I got a video coming up about the patents coming soon. Still got the partnership video coming up soon. Still got the one about the MCO, MSO, COO. Those are the top 3 videos that y'all need to look out for. If you have not subscribed to be a monthly member for $29.99, it's in the description. Click that link and subscribe. It goes on to say, but such term does not include what? Money. Bam. So you can't give a negotiable instrument thinking you paid for something, and the only money is what? It ain't just lawful money. Because remember, in the lawful money, well, let me go over here so y'all can see it. Because it never stated it's money. Let's go over here too, and some of y'all got y'all meditation deeds. Shalom to y'all. Go up here. What does it say? Real estate, mineral, element, asset. Shares in gold. They can consider that money, but we haven't put it and said it's a form of money. Shares of gold. It didn't say money. Jamaican foreign sand, land, see? Copyright performance rights. See? In is valued in lawful money. Okay? So, just want to show y'all that. Y'all be like, oh, I know how y'all are. So that's the definition of property. Get out of this. There's another code here. 26 USC 1275. Another definition and special rules. I went over this in the OID video. Make sure y'all read up on this. They're going back into the taxes. 501A. It's a detailed thing about the OID. Debt instruments. Date of original issue. The debt instrument sold by the issuer. Because they're selling y'all this stuff and you don't even know it. That's why you buy it with your lawful money instruments. Okay? Let's go over here again. Some of you don't understand. Because one queen hit me up and said, oh, I understand it one day. No, you better understand this stuff now. Ain't no damn time to be playing around. I understand it one day. The day is the day. Stop jumping around worried about your problems. That will consume you and you will lose your battle. Get in this and be happy. Certificated deed. See that barcode? It's a 13-digit barcode. Means it's foreign. That means you're able to get your lawful money. The claim is made for 31 USC 3727, for the purpose of showing ownership for the rights to assign. So this document is the claim. So when you get this, you're going to make 100 copies on white watermark 24-pound bond paper. Okay? Or watermark paper. Some of them call it resume paper. See the value? $400 million. In lawful money, USD, and in all quantum world currency. So that means even dealing with other country companies, or company countries, however you want to call it. My Meditation Music 1 is really by DJ Stevie T. Go to Amazon, type in My Meditation 1, Music 1, and type in DJ, D.J. space STEVIETEE. I know that says King Stevian, but they messed up on that. I messed up on it, but they let it go through, which they didn't supposed to. It's only $9.49. After you're done, email cityside, CITYSIDE 2006 at yahoo.com. Type in my purchase of My Meditation Music 1. And then in the description say, please send me my deeds. And then you're going to show your receipt that you paid for it and show proof that you bought it. Because they'll say, you can play it now. You got to have some proof that you bought it. Now just show me a screenshot of the dang meditation music page. Okay? So I know y'all got the free watermelon and the free cucumber, but this is some here for the music. Okay? We raised up, for those that don't know, we raised the Latin market to close, well, it was in the billions. I think it went to the billions based on the purchasing of this, because the barcode number has this registered, okay, on the sound scan. Okay, so you got to understand that these barcodes are real, okay? Those who are in music, they understand it, they get it, okay? So let me go on back over here so I can hurry up and get up out of this. Go back, read this again. Just want to remind you, sell or exchange of property. That's your 8949, your 1041D, okay? Now you got another new code here, 26 USC code 1272, current inclusion and income of original issue discount. So some of y'all don't even know the codes to the OID. I'm giving you all the dang codes, and there's some more. But I don't want to bombard you with too much. I'm going to read some of it, and I'm going to leave the rest for you to read. Because some of you might just get so bored with me reading and breaking it down. Some of you love when I break it down. Okay? Breaking it down like MC Hammer. Go, Hammer, go, Hammer, go. Ooh. Yeah, do it like MC Hammer, King. Anyway, for the purpose of this title, that shall be included in the gross income of the holder. And I'm glad it got to this. Of any debt instrument having original issue discount. Now let's go look at what original issue discount is. I want to lose you. Means the excess, if any, of the stated redemption price at maturity over the issue price. So none of you have received an original issue discount. None of you. Okay? You haven't redeemed it. How are you giving the Treasury a discount if you didn't already grab the redemption price? I'm going to let that meditate on you for a second. Dawn on you. So these so-called foxy gurus think they know it all, don't know finance. The term original issue discount means the excess, if any, of the stated redemption price at maturity. You cannot claim the full amount. Never. Let me tell you why. If I had, let's use $100. The interest is $10,000. That makes it $11,000. So what is the issue discount? What is the discount to the Treasury that you're going to give them? Now, the whole $11,000 is owed to you, right? Are you claiming the interest up front, or are you just giving them asking for the $11,000? You would ask for the $11,000 only, not the interest on the original issue. Okay? So again, if that was interest that came in, say for instance, $12,000, you're not going to claim the $12,000. This is after it's said and done. Get it? Further this title, there shall be included in the gross income. That's why they're saying include in the gross income of the holder. And y'all on these goddamn 1040s that y'all did, sitting here claiming interest. This is why y'all being taxed, because y'all saying that y'all got a original issue discount and y'all did not. That is falsifying a tax return on an amount equal to the sum of the daily portions of the original issue discount for each day during the taxable year on which the holder held such debt instrument. Okay? Now, do you got that dang debt instrument on the stock market where that could be some type of interest? Are you holding the instrument and adding interest on it because you gave it to the corporation to go to the Treasury? Now we're talking. Because now you're adding interest on what they are holding. Because they did not take it to the Treasury. But in reality, you're still holding another original copy just in case they don't go to the Treasury. So I'm throwing that out there so y'all can get this, okay? And I do pray and hope y'all getting what I'm telling y'all here. And we went over this about tax-exempt obligations, United States savings bond, any debt instrument, short-term obligations. Talked y'all about short-term. Any debt instrument which has a fixed maturity date, not more than 1 year from the date of issue. We're not dealing with fixed. Okay? Fixed maturity date, you know the date. Any loan made by a natural person to another natural person, if the such loan is not made in the course of a trade or business of the lender. Ain't that so? Loans between natural people. The amount of such loan, when increased by the outstanding amount of prior loans by such natural person, I love the way they say that, to such other natural person does not exceed $10,000. Clause, not to apply where tax avoidance a principal purpose. Clause shall not apply if the loan has as one of its principal purposes the avoidance of federal tax. So that pretty much sounds like a secured loan there, you ask me, because that's the only way you can avoid the federal taxes. Okay? Just throwing one thing out there. Treatment of husband and wife. For purposes of this subparagraph, a husband and wife shall be treated as one person. Ain't that something? What about God? 3 intertwined makes 1. Can't tax God. Anyway, the preceding sentence shall not apply where the spouses live apart at all times during the taxable year in which the loan is made. So y'all who are married, better keep this right here in mind. Okay? The preceding shall not apply where the spouses lived apart at all times during the taxable year. So, this means which the loan is made. So, this means that she can't be liable. Okay? She can't be put on that bond. You loan it out to her husband and wife. Okay? If she came and did a dispute letter, that will wipe out that whole bond, and they'll be coming back for their money. Okay? The daily portion of the original issue discount on any debt instrument shall be determined by allocating to each day in any accrual period. Let's go to accrual period because Eon talks about that all the time. Some of you already know what it means. Its rateable portion of the increase during such accrual period in the adjusted issue price of the debt instrument for purposes of the preceding sentence. The increase in the adjusted issued price, I talked about the issue price, for any accrual period shall be an amount equal to the excess, if any, of A, the product of, okay? And I think I'm going to stop the adjusted issue price of the debt instrument at the beginning of such accrual period because I don't want to bore y'all with this stuff and I don't want to overwhelm y'all with a lot of this stuff. We can always come back to this and I'll break it down for you even more. But in your spare time, make sure you read 26 USC 1272. We got adjusted price, issue price. Okay, we talk about adjustments. For purposes of this substance, the adjusted issue price of any debt instrument at the beginning of any accrual period is the sum of, and they break that down. Okay, this is a lot. Okay, accrual period means a 6-month period or shorter period from the date of original issue. For those that have been on Treasury Direct and wanted to purchase a bond, they have bonds that are 2 months, 6-month bonds. Okay? So, yes, a bond can be issued on a company for less than a year. Just to let y'all know. Okay? And where this plays part, for those that ever had a lease that was 6 months, this is what happened. Okay? Get out of that. I just went in the accrual period. Went a little bit into the 8281. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to go into full detail on this just yet because I do not want to overwhelm y'all. Okay? You might say, King, go ahead and break that mug down. No. Get your stuff in order first. You know it's contingent, but y'all have not gave them an invoice with a barcode. And like I told y'all, don't go out there trying to get no barcode for free because those are not real barcodes. They don't belong to you. They wasn't assigned to you. You may purchase it, but that's not a real assignment. Okay? Those are not real barcodes. Those are fake barcodes that are out there. A real barcode is given to you or sold to you by a company like mine, who owns the barcode. I showed y'all on the OID video that I own the barcode. Cityside Records own the barcode. The record keeper. You do not have to go to the United States County Recorder's Office anymore. You understand what's going on with them? They're putting bonds on y'all. You're paying them to file it. That's Article 4, Section 1. They get full faith and credit off the public acts and public dues. Dues. All this in the county. The county goes to the Treasury. All them filings y'all done did, y'all got bonds on y'all. Y'all better do y'all dispute letter on the county and get your money back. Stop filing in the county. Now, some beings have to because they're dealing with mortgages, but you need to do an indigency form in the county showing that you make no income, because we don't deal with fiat. We're supposed to deal with lawful money. If you say you get fiat from a job, then what's going to wind up happening? They're going to automatically know you are a citizen. And they go to the Treasury office. Okay? Now, a way around that is, when you register something in the county, you register it under your trust, not your personal name. Because under 12 USC, anytime any negotiable instrument is deposited, remember the county, the courthouses are the dang banks. So you're depositing an instrument. They cannot put a bond, they cannot securitize that instrument. Look it up, read it, research it. Okay? So, guys, that is it. I am out. But, again, go watch the OID video. Watch this video right here, because you got 20 million and 2 different deeds coming to y'all. And that's something I didn't even like my own video. I know, King, you hate that shit, don't you, boy? No, I don't. Now, you go to the description, and it got the link here to buy the MySpace app. Okay? You got your gold certificate here. You might have to go in there and touch that up. But the MySpace album is out right now. And that is $500 million in lawful money. Okay? I don't know what. All right, well, go get that. I think we only had 7 people send a email to Cityside 2006 at Yahoo to get their deed for the My Meditation album. But MySpace, get that one as well. If y'all use this information to get free, do not blame me. Blame the LORD. Won't he do it? Oh yes, he'll do it. So what you need to do is get this knowledge and start to pursue it. I'm King Stevian, representing the 100 Kings and the 100 Queens. I am out. But also remember, August 25th, the series, audio series, and I'll be doing a video on it as well, big short clips. But that's out the 25th, and that, along with the mixtape, the UGA's mixtape, is going to be on 2 flash drives, and they're going to be valued at $1 trillion. $1 trillion. So 500 billion for each one. Okay? Another big one for y'all who want to pass them down to your sons, daughters, aunties, cousins. Just give them the instrument, and, you know, they might not know how to use it, but when you start using it, getting your things paid and showing your fam, your tribe proof, they'll believe, and then you can put them in training. Okay? It's for you to lead your tribe to freedom. Stay on your land. Keep this stuff private. This is why we have an NDA and a confidentiality agreement and rules and regulations. It's not for you to give to your friends and show them something public on how to do it. If they want to learn, they got to come to the university. And time is winding down for me to retire, so, hey, better give in. I'm out. Peace.
Coming August 25th is the series titled Press Me by King Stevian. This 6-episode series begins with Series 1, which features Stevian as a supposed-to-be servant, but was hiding his true identity from this lovely lady who he went to win over. Find out in the first episode why he disguised himself as a servant. Who was this lady? What did Stevian do to this lady that made her melt like a popsicle? Did he lick the juices of the popsicle? And what happens after she reveals who she really is, after hiding it from Stevian on the first episode of Press Me out on this channel here on YouTube and on lounges.tv on pay-per-view only $8. And some change, which is cheaper than your McDonald's meal you be going out your way to eat, August 25th. See it on YouTube. Subscribe now below by clicking the link in the description, which is only $29.99 per month. The best fiat you'll ever spend. Those who watch the first series will get rewarded at the end of the series by receiving the UGH mixtape by King Stevian and DJ Roski, and receive 2 deeds to settle your debts with worth $1 trillion in lawful money credits, which include real gold, pyrite, Jamaican sand, amethyst, gold citrine, black tourmaline, and real moissanite stones, which are harder than diamonds. All this will be on the cover of the series' USB album cover and the USB, which be on sale September 22nd as a pre-sale and on September 25th for actual sale. If you haven't subscribed as a $29.99 per month member joiner, then today is yo day to join. Smash that join button or click the link in the description to get ready to watch this exciting Kingdom series. Also, to watch over 900 plus videos on YouTube by King Stevian.